Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Farm Energy, where we teach you how it's not about the size of the farm, but how you utilize the land that you have. Today we're going to be doing the unpleasant task of cleaning out the chicken coop. For those of you that use the deep litter method, you're going to be familiar with this. This top layer is not yet broken down, so we're going to go ahead, peel that off and use it in the run. And then once that is taken off, the rest is pure gold. We can use that, collect it, and use it in the garden and till that in. It'll be a ton of nutrients for our vegetables and flower gardens this year. Now that we have the coop all cleaned out, we get to see the good part about using one of these vinyl sheds. You can go in and you can hose the whole thing out. One of these days when I do this, I'm going to remember I need to buy a waterproof hat. Well, as you can see, we got her sprayed out. And there's something very satisfying about being able to get this completely sprayed out and not have to worry about painting and wood getting soaked. And we even got all the cobwebs. It's very nice. So now that we got the coop all cleaned out, we've had a little bit of a discussion and we decided we needed more roosting poles in the coop itself. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a renovation on it to provide a little bit more. Number one, we wanted to get a little bit more room for the girls we have. Number two, I may have been naughty and went and bought more chicks. So a little more room, a little more space is going to do good for everybody. For this coop renovation, we decided we're going to go with a ladder form of roosting poles this time. So in order to get maximum amount of space, we're going to run boards all the way from one corner down to the bottom of another corner. we're going to attach the poles at about 16 to 18 inch intervals across there. And to get this just right, we had to make sure that we get the angles right. So that way we can run this, and then I can take my handy dandy little measurement tool here, and we can make sure that we get the angles just right. Now that we got our angles right, we went ahead and we cut this on two identical 2x6 by 10 foot boards, and then we just trimmed up the end to fit the angle. Now that we have the board all lined up in there, what we're going to do is we're going to measure out every 18 inches. And then we're going to make a line on it, and that is where we are going to line up our poles. Now to put these poles in, we've decided to use a whole 2x4 in order to make the roosting pole. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these handy dandy little double joist holders. So this is meant for either two 2x4s stood up side by side, or a 4x4 post. And this is a good example of what you don't do. Well, I have to say they are slightly easier to reach now. All right, so once we have these double joist hangers on there, we're gonna look a little something like this. Now it's just a simple measure. We need to measure between the two side poles, cut our 2x4s to match, and lay them in there. Doing it this way with the joist holders is also a really good way of doing it, because if you need to come in and clean, instead of having an entire ladder to take out or having to take, you know, everything apart with screws, all we have to do is we have to pop out those 2x4s, and then these sides will just be being held in by pressure. So they'll just pop out too. So everything can just be removed, and then it's ready for cleaning. All right, we have the finished product. For those of you wondering how we're going to do nest boxes in here now that we've gotten this all closed off, this is the better solution that we could think of. We had nest boxes built in, but they didn't really care for them that much. Now these are something we got at the local hardware store. They stack on top of each other, and you know, we're going to see how these work out. I can't say 100% sure right now, but we're going to try it.